Hey y'all, I'm going to show y'all how I make these tender, and yes baby, you see it, tender turkey wings. Oh my goodness, when I tell y'all I was tearing these wings up. Baby, you have not had smothered turkey wings better than this. They are easy to make, packed full of flavor, and honey, I eat turkey wings any time of the year. It don't have to be a holiday. Honey, I'm going for it. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into this recipe. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Many of y'all already know where I stand on washing your meat. Baby, if you want to wash your meat, go ahead and do it. If you don't want to do it, don't come for me. Argue with your mama, not me, okay? Now, I have 4 turkey wings, and I really just like the flat parts. Like, even when it comes to the chicken wings, honey, I be going for the flats, all right? So that's what I'm going to use today. And I really like this part because I just feel like it's so fatty and tender and delicious. I'm going to scrub them with a little bit of lime, and then I'm going to pat them dry. And of course, if you clean your medium sink, baby, go ahead and wash your sink out too. Now in the comments, I want you to let me know if you prefer the thigh parts or the flats, or if you like the drum part of the wings better. I am team flats all day. Honey, I don't play with drum, but let me know what your favorite is. I have put my turkey wings in a 9x13 baking dish. I'm going to add a very small amount of oil to the wings to help the seasoning stick. But y'all know wings, turkey wings let off a lot of fat. To season my wings, I'm going to go in with some poultry magic. I am just seasoning with my spirit, y'all. Okay, so when it look like it's good, that's when it's going to be good. Okay, Saison Tropical. This is the one with the orange cap. It's going to add a good color, good flavor. I have some pepper. Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse. Now I know this is like advertised as a steak seasoning, but it's actually really good on poultry, and it gives a great flavor to the gravy. I'm going to use one of my favorite herbs, which is dried thyme. Now you know the classics now. The onion and the garlic, that's just basics up in here. Okay, you got to get that right at least. For some salt, I'm going to use a bit of adobo. Now I know some of y'all are looking at this and thinking, oh my gosh, it's too much seasonings, Kamara. Well look, you got to remember, first of all, this is some meat. Okay, this is some meat. Y'all, this is some pterodactyl wings going on right here. Okay, they can take a lot of seasoning combined with the fact that turkey is very bland. You really need to season it well. And most of the seasonings that I pick don't have a lot of salt, so I can season generously. If you want to use less seasoning, different seasoning, whatever, honey, go on and do that. Okay, just don't come in my comments complaining to my subscribers who like flavor. All right, we like it the way we like it, and I'm showing you how I do it. I'm going to be injecting these wings with this Mojo Criollo. Y'all don't speak Spanish. But this marinade is very good inside of turkey wings. You know, turkey is like thick. Okay, it's thick and it don't got a lot of flavor. So this is going to help it out. What you don't want to do is put your injector inside of this bottle. So I'm going to add some to a mason jar. Anywhere from about 3 to 4 ounces, just about. I have my injector, and I'm just going to get some of this marinade. Listen, when you go inside of these wings, I be out here feeling like Dr. Miami. You know, we just giving them a little extra something. Go in there and get down, because we trying to flavor all the way down to the bone. If you know this looks good and you like seasoned food, go ahead and drop that fire emoji down in the comments. I gotta find out who the seasoned food gang is. Okay, these are the people that don't do bland nothing. We know how to flavor. People know our food is fire. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and like this video and subscribe so that you're gonna get more seasoned recipes straight to your recommendations. Into my baking dish, I am going to add 2 cups of water. You could add like chicken broth, but I am just going to use water today because when I make the gravy, I can just season that gravy to my taste. Make sure that you don't go in here and put the water on the chicken wings. You want to put it at the side so you don't wash any of those seasonings away. I'm gonna add some peppers and onions for flavor, color, you know, all that good stuff. I have a red bell pepper here, but any color works just fine. Cut your pepper into somewhat thick slices. They're really going to cook down a lot, so definitely don't need to make them thin. I'm also going to go in and cut some onions. One of the keys to good flavor is herbs. These herbs are especially going to be seasoning the broth and the juices that the turkey is going to spring off. So I'm going to add rosemary, thyme, a little bit of sage, pretty much whatever herbs, you know, I have in my garden available. Can't get fresh herbs, you can use dried, but if you can get fresh, honey, they taste so good. Right over everything, let's add those onions and peppers. Always looks like a lot initially, but you know, it really cooks down. I'm gonna cover this up with foil and let's get this baking in the oven because you know it has to cook such a long time. I'm gonna bake the turkey wings initially for about an hour and a half. You can check on them at 60 minutes just to make sure that there's enough liquid in your casserole dish and they're not dry. As you can see, there is like a little bit of liquid and broth around the turkey wings. We want to drain this off so we can make a delicious gravy. You want to pour fast so that you can reduce the amount that spills. You know, when you pour slow, it just drips everywhere. Now we are making the gravy for the smothered turkey wings. This is about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Very important, okay? And into this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to toast the flour and cook out that raw flour taste for about 30 seconds to 45 minutes. I don't want it to get very dark, but I do want it to, you know, get that rawness out of it. Into this, I am going to pour all of the drippings from the turkey. This is like a flavor bomb being added to your gravy. And really, I could have added more water to the turkey at the beginning, like maybe 3 cups or so, just so I could have even more liquid. Because later on, you're going to see I add a little bit of water just to thin this out a bit. You want to slowly incorporate this until it's well combined. This part is kind of optional, okay? I like to add this can of cream of chicken soup mix because I feel like it adds a good flavor. And then I'm going to use about 1/2 can or about 3/4 can of water and mix that in. If you don't want to use this, you could add in like a bit of evaporated milk instead, and that would be okay. To adjust the salt, I put a little bit, that's like a pinch of chicken bouillon, and I pour this over my wings. You add enough water until you get the amount of gravy that you like. Some people like tons of gravy and tons of sauce. So if you want your sauce to be looser, you could add a can to even like 1.5 cans of water, and that will be okay. I'm going to put the gravy all around the wings and just make sure that it's at the bottom as well, because you don't want that bottom to get, you know, burnt or stuck. I'm going to stick this back into the oven uncovered, and I'm going to cook this for about an hour or so. Okay, you just watch it. You want to see that the turkey wings are brown. Do you see that color? You have to get color on the wings. So that can take an hour, maybe an hour 15. The sauce is going to reduce a bit and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Guys, remember, you can season to your taste, honey. So you just do whatever you like to do. But when I tell you I tore this up, I shared this with a friend. She loved it. I just served it with some plain rice. And guys, we threw down. Okay, so I'm going to see you next time in Kamira's Kitchen. Goodbye and God bless.